Hi everyone, it's been a little while since I did a video on the models that I've actually completed. I did these guys about 2-3 weeks ago and finished them off. The majority, all except for the Urukai Shaman here, have actually come from this box. So it's the Heroes of Helm's Deep box set from Games Workshop, which came out at the same time as the Two Towers film, so was that 2002, I think? Can't remember off the top of my head. My brother got these years ago when they first came out, and they've been sat in his either the garage or the loft for the last almost 15 years now. And he gave them to me at Christmas because I'd started painting a lot of these things, and he thought, okay, well, I'll give them to James to paint for a while. So I'll go through them one at a time. This guy you have seen before. This is Gimli. I did him previously, and even now I'm not actually happy with him because I didn't even try to do any eyes. Although with the helmet it would have been quite hard to actually get in there and do them. I've been working on some of these as well for Josh Triffitt from the East Anglia Hobbit League, Hobbit group, and I've not tried to do the faces in there because the faces, the eyes in, because they're too tiny. So whether I decide to strip him in the future and try again, I don't know. My least favourite out of the lot is Eragon, mainly because the eyes are a bit bulgy, and I think I'd like to say that's partly down to the sculpt. It's partly down to me not quite being able to get them small enough to actually look right. But this is the Eragon from the Heroes of Helm's Deep pose. It's a very nice one actually, but he doesn't have much in terms of colour to him because he's very brown, he's very sort of boring colours, not much to really get interested in. The next one that's nowhere near as boring, this is a really nice model, this is Legolas, and he's got his foot up on a rock there, he's got his elven cloak and his bow that gets given by Galadriel. There's a little chip up there already which is annoying me. You can kind of see it shining. But he's very green. But the face on him is quite nice. The eyes look worse on the camera than they do when it's on the tabletop because the camera gets quite a close up. So after him, let's go. This is the second Theoden that I've painted in this pose. The first one I got off eBay. The first one I didn't actually bother to try and do the eyes. Actually, if I grab it quickly. So yeah, so there's about 6-8 months period between painting these two. And if I can get hold of him properly, you can see the difference. And although I like this one, and I think I prefer the flesh shade on this one, I actually have managed to get the eyes on him here. I've gone for a slightly different look, darker armour, more of a highlight on the hair, darker sword. It is really nice though. It's a nice Theoden model, and I may try and there is a version of him for Pelennor Fields where he's got his helmet on and he's dismounted. I may try and get hold of that because I like that one a lot as well. So continuing the Rohan theme, this is Gimli, whose face has come out really nicely. If I can get a shot which is in focus without too much light. Yeah, there you go, you can probably see a bit better there. He's got a nicely defined cloak, nicely defined hair, and nicely defined features on the face. Pretty much still the same standard paint scheme as Rohan troops. Tried to bronze the greaves and the braces on his arm a little bit just to differentiate it from the armour. Next up, Eowyn. This is the unarmoured version of Eowyn, and it was such a nice model. I actually did the dress mostly by dry brushing, just layer after layer of slightly lighter blue with a final edge highlight. Even the detail on her arm, on her hands, and especially the hair It just makes it such a nice model. The eyes were a complete pig, and I can see a chip there already on her shoulder. What's it with these ones? I varnished them with the Army Painter Aegis suit? Or did I? No, I haven't done these ones with it yet, that's why. You can tell because the base still feels very rough at the edge. Bugger. I've got to. I did this one. Yeah, I can tell with this one because the base has got a slight satin finish. Didn't do him either. Oh, I'll have to do them all again. Howdir. Doesn't appear in the books at Helm's Deep, but appears in the films. Really, really like this model. Very, very nice sculpt. I love the elven armour. Dry brushing the armour was quite satisfying in an odd way. Red cloak as he gets in the film. It's got a bow. Really nice to paint. Nice facial features. Elven Banner Bearer. I know this is still available in Finecast, but I wouldn't trust Finecast to get the detail on this flag, or even to stand up as a flag in this, because Finecast is temperamental at best. It isn't really. The cloaks on all of these. Really, really work well. They're very nice. Oh, Gimli as well, but I suppose he's a small one. And then finally, Uruk-hai Shaman. Really enjoyed doing this one. The eyes were meant to be yellow, but I decided to give them a pupil. I was kind of trying to decide whether to actually keep it without a pupil to make it look like his eyes are rolled back into his head, casting some sort of spell. But I just went for simplicity. He is useful in a game. Very useful. Passes all courage tests for Uruk-hai if he casts Fury, and saves wounds on a 5+, so he is good. So, oh Jesus, that's alright. Jesus can't do anything for these. They fall on the floor, I'll cry. So that's all the ones I've been working on. These are the ones I finished recently. Next I have bought a bunch of Uruk-hai crossbow for myself, because I've given Dan back his, and Vrasku, and Treebeard. Can't remember how much I paid for him. I think it might have been £15 on the trade group. A couple of gaps to green stuff, but luckily he doesn't need to be too neat because he's quite gnarled anyway. The idea is once I finish painting him, I might put some clump foliage on the back here, maybe some like bits and pieces and places just to make him look a bit overgrown. I've got him to do. Focus, yeah. Of course, with the hobbits at the top. Yeah, video stretching on a bit now, so thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Cheers, bye.